Empowered humanity theory is a framework of three attitudes and pathways of practice that lead to empowerment. The theory behind it is, if applied on a societal level, humankind will be empowered in the ways we've always sought. In this lesson, we'll discuss the dignity lens attitude and practices that celebrate our common humanity. Take out a sheet of paper and number it 1 through 10. You'll then write down 10 things about yourself, starting with broad traits, skills, and interests, and as you get closer to the number 10, make them more specific to you. For example, for your numbers 1 through 3, there may be quite a few people that share these traits with you. And for numbers 9 and 10, you might be the only person to have these traits, skills, or experiences. Feel free to press pause here while you complete your list. But first, let's take a look at a major barrier to empowerment and to human dignity. And that barrier is prejudice. Just like we're wired to respond in disempowering ways like prioritizing fear and judgment in our thinking processes, all humans are wired for the capacities of prejudice, aggression, and cruelty. Therefore, it's important we understand what strengthens these capacities and what tamps them down so that we don't do unnecessary harm to others. Let's quickly check out the basis for the psychological capacity for prejudice. The group is the primary and the individual is the secondary. Groups have different or competing key values. Others are seen as different. People see their identity in terms of belonging to particular groups, and their groups discriminate against others. Developing and acting on prejudice is disempowering to all people, and with intention and practice, we can lessen this capacity. This brings us to the final point on our compass of empowered humanity theory. This is the attitude of a dignity lens and engaging in practices that celebrate our common humanity. A key to empowerment is honoring the dignity within yourself and others and developing a dignity lens. This can be accomplished by understanding what dignity means and how to cultivate a dignity lens. Developing the empowered humanity theory attitude of a dignity lens is a pathway to empowerment. At this time, take a few minutes to read On Dignity and answer the 3 reflection questions at the end. The link to On Dignity is in the notes of this video. Now is a good time to pause and read. Rabbi Jonathan Sacks states, "To be cured of the potential violence towards the other, I must be able to imagine myself as the other." This is a way to engage in practices that celebrate our common humanity. Another is sharing our stories with each other and finding aspects of ourselves in one another's stories and identifying parts of ourselves within them. If there are others that did the 10 things about me, take some time to read each other's story and find commonalities with each other. If you'd like to take a picture of your list and upload it to social media with the hashtag 10 things about me, feel free to do so. This will allow others to find commonalities with you. Take a moment to think about practices that celebrate our common humanity, from what we've learned here and from examples of the practice that you already know and do. Now write down a few of these practices and identify when, where, and how you can practice them over the coming days and weeks. Thinking about how we become what we practice, see how many times in a given day you can engage in practices that celebrate our common humanity and cultivate your dignity lens. Over time, these practices will develop and fortify the pathways to empowerment. Feel free to pause the video for as long as you need. We'll close with a quote from Desmond Tutu. "If we could but recognize our common humanity, that we do belong together, that our destinies are bound up in one another's, that we can be free only together, that we can be human only together, then a glorious world would come into being where all of us lived harmoniously together as members of one family." the human family. Go forward, be great, and be well.